So right now I'm going to show you how to install a new heating element on your dryer. Now from what I've seen, a lot of these are very similar, but this one right here, this is a Maytag dryer. So first you want to do is take out the old one. There are some tests that you can do. I'll link to a video you can check out for that. But basically you want to check for continuity. So you'll need something like a multi-tester, a voltmeter. You're going to take these little the prongs here, and you are going to test to see if you're getting continuity. So there's other fuses back here that you will need to test. And when I did the troubleshooting, I found out that it was the heating coil that was the issue for mine. But there's a couple different things that you can test here to see if you're getting continuity. So check them all. And in my case, it was actually the heating element. Now, when I actually took the heating element out, as you can see here, it's just totally broken. So this is just totally separated here, so it's not even connected. So first go ahead and remove the old heating coil. So right now I'm going to show you how to remove the heating element from this dryer. This is a Maytag, but from what I've seen, it's very similar. So we've got two screws on either side. I need a nut driver for it, so you've got basically just two screws you'll need to take out. But here you're going to need to disconnect the wires from the element. So this one has three, some of them just have two, so you just want to go ahead and disconnect those wires here. So we'll start with these two, this one here. So that's all disconnected. Nothing's connected to the heating element now. So we'll just take off these two screws here. Start on the left side here. So this one was just spinning infinitely, so I pulled back on the housing a little bit, and now it seems to be actually be coming out. But if you've got a screw that's just spinning in space there, pull back on the housing a little bit. This is a 1/4 inch nut driver that I'm using here as well. So now it just kind of slides off, and there we go. Now we have the heating element here that I removed, and we can go ahead and swap out the new one. And then we are going to take this piece off right here, which is basically a fuse, and we're going to put it on our new one. So first of all, to test and see which one you need here, mine has the part number right here. So I called the local part store, gave them that number right there, and they were able to let me know that they did have some in stock. So I went and picked up a new one. So now let's remove this piece here. We're just going to need a flathead screwdriver for that, and push this up. There we go. And then it's got a little piece right here that sticks out on the inside to keep it latched in place. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off of there. And then we're just going to move that over to the new one. Now this fuse, you can check continuity too as well. So I did that before I took out the unit. So you put your tester here, one on here, and check for continuity. So that's kind of how I troubleshooted to decide and figure out that that's what the issue was here. So I'm just going to put this piece down in here, and then it's just basically going to go over the top and connect. So there we are. So that is in place there. So that's good to go. And now we're just going to put this new one back in, and it is really just a couple of screws. So one thing the guy at the store did mention is that you want to make sure that these heating coils aren't touching any other metal piece, because that will burn it out. So kind of just look down there. If anything is touching metal, you want to kind of separate it, and then just look at the individual coils there and make sure they're not really touching. So I can't see anything as far as I can tell. That's down and out of the way. And now we're going to put this back in. So they're fairly easy to put back in. It's just two screws. I use a nut driver for this. It's a 1/4 inch nut driver in my case, and we just take out the screws. I set them aside here, so we'll just go ahead and put this back in, and then we'll get the wires connected. Now, I've seen a couple different setups. Some of them have 2 wires, some of them have 3 wires, so make sure that you're taking notes on how yours is set up, so that when you get back to it, you're back in position here. So this just slides under here. See how it has 2 bumps here? It's got the bumps here, so this is just going to kind of slide up in place there. And then it pushes in, slides up the rest of the way, and then it's connected there. And we'll just get our screws back in and then connect everything back in place. All right, so the 2 screws are back in place. And then I just have to get the wires connected again as they were connected beforehand. Now again, you just want to double check this before you disconnect it. Make note of how it's all connected before, so you can get it connected back again properly. So there we go. That's all connected there. Now before I go start, make sure I connect everything back here. So before I put the back onto the dryer here, I'm just going to make sure that it's working. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in, give it a test here, and we should get heat pretty quick here. So let's go ahead and test it. Oh yeah, I can even smell it. So the heat is back on. I can smell it. I can feel it. So we're getting warm already. So that has solved our problem. Woohoo! All right, I can even see it glowing. Can you see it glowing in there? So we've got heat. We are cooking. The dryer is working. So there you go. That is how you replace a heating element for a dryer. So there you go. That is it. The new one is in. It is working, and that fixed my issue. So if your dryer is running, but there's no heat, that might be the issue. Check through that stuff again. Links to other videos that I watched that were helpful. If it's not your heating element, check some other things. It could be a fuse or another thermostat. So check those links in the video or description there. Again, my name is Drew. If you like DIY around the house, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.